5 minutes, no more. So John is going to stay up here in case I do go over, and he's going to help me in case Bill. My name is Christine Hollander, and I'm Louis Hollander's daughter. I have been to all but about 3 of these reunions. I don't do anything to help plan them. I just get in the car and somehow I get a free vacation. And I certainly don't get up here and speak. This year is different. This reunion coincides with Father's Day weekend, so it seems appropriate that I take this year to say a few things to celebrate my dad by honoring the career and the people he takes pride in. While I don't do much to assist, I do a lot of observing at the reunion and throughout the year. From the moment one reunion is over, the very next day my dad is talking to someone about the next one. From November to March, he's sending out letters, preparing contracts, networking with the right people. From April to June, he becomes anxiety-ridden. After a few years, I realized he wants everyone to be happy. He wants everything to go right, and he wants to celebrate a career that he takes pride in. Throughout the year, I call him the gatekeeper. He's constantly sending and receiving emails about an illness, or a passing, or about upcoming events. He meets with friends and plans throughout the year, and opens his home to them. I looked up a synonym for police officer, and some of the words that struck me are lawman, lawwoman, finest, rule-abiding, and peace officer. Peace officer caught my eye. Like many of you, my dad was a transit police officer until I was 19, and I certainly didn't realize what he did each day. I knew he worked all the time, holidays, weekends, birthdays, and late nights. I knew he protected the streets, and he dealt with people who were not following the law. I knew he was a trained man. I didn't realize the dangers, and I'm thankful that I didn't. I knew I got to ride the trains with him sometimes, and I saw him handsome in his uniform. I always knew he was my dad. I knew then, as I do this Father's Day weekend, that he has a brotherhood and sisterhood with this police family that's unbreakable. This reunion honors this extended family, and I honor each one of you today and my dad for bringing you together every year. I am especially fortunate to have some of you in my life now who are always close by. You have in one way or another helped me and or my family. John Caruso, Tommy Crimmins, Freddie Mac, Joe Mastermarino, Bill McKechnie, Billy Wood, and of course all of their wives. Louis Hollander, peace officer, my dad. He takes care of things, he makes things right. He puts great value into every person in his family and his friendships, his brothers, sister, his in-laws, nieces, nephews, cousins, and especially my mother, my brother, and I. He doesn't forget anyone. He makes sure everyone's all right. He protects people, he protects this reunion, and he takes it very seriously. He is a peacemaker. As I stated, I observe a lot and I see and hear what people say about him, and it makes me proud. Through the career that he chose, he passed on some of those human qualities to me. I am, for the most part, a very strict rule follower. I do what I'm asked, I respect authority, and I try to be a peacemaker as well. My mother says I'm the spit out of his mouth, and I'm sure that I am. We're both hypochondriacs. We worry what people think, but we follow the rules. My father likes to say that he jumps through hoops for us, and he's absolutely right. I live about 5 minutes away, and he's there instantly if there's a problem. If a friend asks him a favor or a question, he's there. The most recent hoop jumping he performed was extra special. A couple of weeks ago, he traveled to Japan for 2 weeks to be with my brother while his first grandson was born. There they were, 3 generations of Louis Philip Hollander, just as it should be. So as you close this reunion this year, this Father's Day weekend, I'm doing something, not just vacationing or observing. I'm honoring the man who brought us all together. And as I looked for the right words to describe Louis Philip Hollander, it seemed much easier to honor him with the words for what my father is. He's a man of God, a son, a brother, an uncle, a cousin, a nephew, a friend, a husband, a veteran, a father, a caretaker, handsome. He's a promise keeper, strict, easygoing, broken heart fixer, loving, techie, party planner, animal lover, traveler, extrovert, strong, faithful, emotional, tough, funny, considerate, kind-hearted, patriotic, smart, wise, gentleman, sincere, proud, family man, traditional, hilarious. On behalf of my mother Barbara, my brother Louis, his daughter-in-law Aki, and his new baby grandson, we're proud of Louis P. Hollander. Happy Father's Day to my dad, by far the best boy I know.
Excellent job.
Christine, you did a magnificent job. You stayed with it below the 5 minutes. I have a different dictionary. When I look up police officer, some of the things you left out was like pink and some other things, but that's okay. As far as Louis, I've heard him called everything but what you called him tonight. This concludes our program for tonight. Please eat, drink, and be happy. For those mothers in the audience, a belated Happy Mother's Day. And those fathers, even beside Louis, Happy Father's Day. Get home safe. We hope and pray to see you next year. Thank you very much for your attention and your cooperation. Have a good night.
Let's give it up for Mr. Bill McKechnie.